ITV News, Newham. On hold for a home.
Please say the name of the service you require. Speak clearly after the beep.
Homeless prevention.
Margaret Eristy has been doing this for 21 years. How long have you been without a home?
21 years. So I've moved over 45 times in 21 years. This is bed and breakfast. This is temporary accommodation, hotels, and I've never been offered not one permanent accommodation. Never. Which I think is quite disgusting.
Margaret has 11 children. For the last 5 weeks, most of her family have been in this hotel, but today they've been told to move out.
We have to take our belongings out of this room and put them on the street. But because there's a newborn baby, we can't stand on the street.
Do you know where you're going to sleep tonight?
No, I don't.
She has a newborn baby? She said she has a newborn? So you already had 10 and now you have a newborn to this day, and you said that it's been 21 years. 21 years and you've had to move 45 times and you decided to have a newborn child. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? I mean, listen, when it gets this diabolical, you can't tell me that this isn't your own decision. But look at this.
They've been told to move out.
We have to take our belongings out of this room and put them on the street. But because there's a newborn baby, we can't stand on the street.
Do you know where you're going to sleep tonight?
No, I don't. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. We're just picking up from one place to another. My children have never had no education. They've never been able to sit an exam. I've got some talented children, and yet we can't find nowhere to have a stable life. It's unfair.
There is nobody available.
We can't find nowhere to have a stable life. No, you keep making decisions to not have a stable life. If you have a newborn, that means you're very much still in the game. That means you're still in the game. So what do I mean? It seems like you're still very much in the baby making game. So once this newborn comes out, I feel like you're going to keep going. And so the reason you can't sustain yourself is because you're hustling backwards. I mean, are we going to get to 21 children at this rate? I feel like we should actually be grateful that there's a 9-month lag time. Because if you all were able to just have kids as fast as a guy can plant his seed, I'm just speaking in her case in particular, I feel like she would have 1,000 kids right now. Because she has a newborn. She already had 10 and she said she's been moving 45 times. She said they can't find somewhere permanent for them to sleep. How do you keep finding places for you to keep making babies? That's what we really have to understand. But y'all, before we get back into it, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And it's really just a click, really just a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well click that like button. And also if you can hype the video as well.
It's unfair.
There is nobody available to take your call right now. Please call back at a later time. Goodbye.
Meanwhile, her calls to the council go unanswered.
Carl.
How does that make you feel? You try to make the call and there's no one there?
It's frustrating because that's what Newham Council do. And now I've just got to sit down here and keep calling, which means you're using out your credit, if you've got credit, you're using out your phone bill to call Newham Council because nobody can't be bothered to just pick up the phone. Homeless prevention.
The calls continued all afternoon. Tonight the family remain all packed up and nowhere to go. Rex Martel, ITV News.
Man, you got people out here. As you can see, it even extends across the waters. It even extends across the waters, man. You got people out here who are making their life impossible and who are still at it. They're already living in the impossible circumstances, already having to deal with the implications. And it's like they're like, F it. It's already impossible. I might as well just make this as impossibly worse as possible. And then that way I can call the news station and shed light on it. And then somebody's going to have to come do something about it, because any reasonable person can see that this situation cannot be turned around by one person. But why do you keep making it harder? Why do you keep making it harder, and you're restarting at the same time? So it's like you restarted the clock back because you just had a newborn. Whereas even if we were going to help, at least we would know, okay, by this date, the kids will be grown and now she can start taking care of herself. But now you didn't have a newborn again and basically restarted the clock. And I feel like you're going to perpetually do that for as long as your body's going to allow it. Y'all, again, if you could like the video. So her caption says, my ex tried to evict me and my children out our home.
Should I do a story time on how my abusive ex-boyfriend tried to have me and my children evicted out of our home that we shared together? But I ended up hitting the world's most insane Uno reverse card on this man, so where I ended up with full legal rights to the home that he paid for? Yeah, I think I should. Because the
So what's our first impressions already? I just wanted to flag that. First impressions, it's already obvious that she's problematic and that she likes drama, and ultimately, in totality, that she's toxic. That's why I really pay attention to the first impression. Look at how she just conveyed all that and just her attitude. People think that you only communicate with your words. No, you said a lot just then with your words, but also with everything else combined as well. She seems very problematic. And so she's telling the story from her side, but already from the first impression, now I'm watching her.
Should I do a story time on how my abusive ex-boyfriend tried to have me and my children evicted out of our home that we shared together? But I ended up hitting the world.
See, and I pay attention. I just want to flag how my mind thinks, like how I pay attention. Look how she said me. When she said me, that already let me know the narcissism and that she's very, like, you could just see it. When she said he tried to get me, it was like, me of all people. How dare he try to get me? Watch how she says it. I pay attention to all those little intricacies of communication. Look, tried to get me. Watch this. This is what I mean. In totality, the way she came on, I could already. It was other things too. You'll see it. Just watch it in totality, but pay attention to the me.
Should I do a story time on how my abusive ex-boyfriend tried to have me and my children evicted out of our home that we shared together? But I ended up hitting the world's most insane Uno reverse card on this man, so where I ended up with full legal rights to the home that he paid for?
Look.
Yeah, I think I should. Because the way I played.
This is a life ruiner for fellas. I can already tell. This is the type of person, man. And they'll be real good at acting too. But the whole time, they're gonna ruin your life. I can already tell just the way she's coming. You think they show up like this in your face? No. But after the fact, after they done got over on you and pulled that Uno reverse card as she called it on you, then this is how, it's like when you win something that you know is very hard to win, but you pull it off. Isn't this how you usually will be feeling internally? She's just bold enough to gloat it and come online and display it. But yeah, it seems very, mischievous. And it's like that mischief to where you actually did what you were trying to do. And you pretty much get to run off into the sunset because it's already over.
But I ended up hitting the world's most insane Uno reverse card on this man, so where I ended up with full legal rights to the home that he paid for? Yeah, I think I should.
Full legal rights to the home he paid for.
That Uno reverse card on that man should be studied. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a story time. I might post this, I might not, I don't know. I'm gonna try my hardest to make this as short as possible. I might have to make a part 2. I really, really don't want to, but I don't think I'll be able to squeeze this in under 10 minutes. But we're gonna try. Okay, so I was in a relationship with this man for about 6 years. I met him a long time ago. That's another insane story that I'll probably do a story time on that one too. The way me and him got together and all that is just crazy. Another story for another time. But me and him were together for 6 years. And from the beginning, don't judge me, but from the beginning, he was all the things. Abusive in every way possible. Physically, emotionally, financially, stalked me, insecure, just Everything bad. Don't judge me. I thought I was in love. I should have left. I know, but we're here now. I'm not with him anymore, and we're completely done, and that's all that matters. Let me paint the picture a little bit before I really begin. So
You got to pay attention to what she's saying. So what she's basically saying is, for one, I don't know if I believe her about all these things. I'd have to hear his side because she seems very excited to come on here and ruin somebody's reputation, which is like what we see. I mean, we even have a recent situation and a recent example going on right now with the radio personality Big Tigger. If you're familiar with that situation that's going on, where basically a woman was trying to allegedly make it seem like he, put hands on her. And then the video came out, and then it really, she had his phone, and it wasn't the way that it was first put out there, the way she tried to frame it. And so you'll have people, when you see people who are super excited to come on here and tell all the stuff about you, that usually reflects back on really that they're the problematic person. That's why I use that word specifically at the beginning. I haven't seen this video, but I could already pick up that she's problematic. Problematic, I can tell. See, she wouldn't get past my filters. But then she's saying that, oh, he showed all these things at the beginning stages, but somehow you got long enough down the path to where you were able to, what she said, take his asset that he paid for. So that means that there were redeeming qualities, i.e., she probably was just with him. She didn't have any. She was probably using him for what he had. If he was all these things characteristically, then why did you still move forward? Oh, he must have had money. Oh, that must be what you truly value and truly prioritize when you're evaluating whether or not you're going to get into a relationship with a person. So, oh, you're a bad person. Or not bad person, but you're money hungry. You're money hungry. So that already tells me everything I need to know. The proper term for it is a gold digger.
everything bad. Don't judge me. I thought I was in love. I should have left. I know, but we're here now. I'm not with him anymore, and we're completely done, and that's all that matters. Let me paint the picture a little bit before I really begin. So he is your friendly neighborhood rug dealer, but nothing too crazy. Just
Rug dealer.
flowers. But he's not your typical one. He's very successful at it. I give credit where it's due. He was very wealthy. The man had money. That man had bread.
Rug dealer. Okay. Y'all be making the decisions for yourself. Come on, man. Are y'all grown or not? Are you grown or not? Because if you're not, you know that it used to be a case where apparently earlier in history, they understood that y'all make horrible decisions in mates. And so it used to be times, and it still is in some countries, it used to be times when the men in your family had to select the person you were going to get with for you and arrange it. And we keep seeing people making these decisions, choosing people where it's obvious. I mean, come on now. A rug dealer, a dealer, a criminal, a felon. And this is who you're choosing. Then you said he was displaying also the characteristics that you really should expect when you choose this type of person who is into these type of endeavors. But no accountability. And then still, she done found a way to still take what he had. Listen, either you're an adult or not. Either you can make your own decisions, or you can't. We need to make a decision because things are equal. So it's equal. When you make decisions, you're going to have to live with it. Or you're not. But then give up your autonomy.
Hood rug dealer, but nothing too crazy. Just flowers. But he's not your typical one. He's very successful at it. I give credit where it's due. He was very wealthy. The man had money. That man had bread. But his money was his money. Meaning,
Didn't I tell
he
you?
didn't do shit for me and my kids. Yes,
Man, she's triggering me. Didn't I tell you that she was valuing the money? That's what she values. That's what she prioritizes. So then don't add in all this extra context that doesn't matter. Ma'am, you saw it early and you knew what he did for a living and you still decided to move through with it. So we don't need to know about, oh, he's this way. I'm sure you have your ways as well. That's my whole point.
rent and the utilities were handled. But other than that, Everything else, I handled it all by myself. This truck, I'm sitting in right now. This $40,000 truck I got ripped off. Another story for another time too. But I handled that by myself. Everything I needed and my children needed, I did it all alone. Everything in the house that we lived in our homes, I handled it by myself. 6 people living in a home. Can you imagine what that comes out to every month? And I took care of that alone by myself. And remember, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was making my little bit of money off my little side hustles that I had, renting out my little apartment. Like, we go out and
Y'all be grown adults. Look how many times she is like the cliche thing that I really like that people talk about, where it's just like just all the wrong things, everything combined into that package. Now it's like, look how much she had to reinforce that she handles all her adult responsibilities by herself. Ma'am, you don't get a cookie for that. You're doing what you're supposed to do. A man can't sit here. I pay my car note all by myself. I do this all by myself. I do. Ma'am, are you an adult or are you not an adult? I'm so sick of this. But then be the loudest and proudest to proclaim that you're independent. I don't hear men proclaiming that they're independent. Why? Because, shoot, you don't got no choice but to be independent. Either you're going to be independent paying your bills or you're going to be independently under a bridge. But it's like y'all will come on here. It's like you're allowed to proclaim if you're successful and you can be independent. And then also if you just have to pay your regular bills, it's like I'm independent. Man, and ma'am, that was a bad decision as far as your car. You said she paid $40,000. I mean, that's how much cars cost. But I'm just saying. 40,000, you could have got something much cheaper. But if that's what you choose to do, then why are you sitting here like gloating about you paying your car note like everyone else does? That's not the standard.
all alone. Everything in the house that we lived in our homes, I handled it by myself. 6 people living in a home. Can you imagine what that comes out to every month? And I took care of that alone by myself. And remember, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was making my little bit of money off my little side hustles that I had, renting out my little apartment. Like, we go out and he'd be Louis Vuitton from head to toe, and here I am in a $40 Fashion Nova outfit. Mind you, I made it look like it was worth $2,000, but yeah. You get it. Like, he did his own thing, I did my own thing. I wasn't like the spoiled passenger princess that everyone assumes I was, since I was a stay-at-home mom dating the very successful dealer, right? So it wasn't like that at all. I never asked him for anything. He never lent me $1, ever, ever, ever. If I ever did get something from him, it was because it was an occasion. Like, oh, she was Valentine's Day, let me run to the mall and buy her a little Gucci bag type situation. So fast forward to 2025. Like I said, I handled everything in the house by myself. So all my money always went to everybody but me. Like, the only thing I ever really did for myself was I would get my hair, nails, and lashes. Other than that, all my money went to everybody in the house, including him. Because every single item in that home, I paid for. Everything a human could possibly need, I handled for him, his kids, my kids, and myself. So a couple months ago, I was in a position to where I had saved up quite a bit of money, and I told myself, I'm going to do something nice for myself. I'm going to fly to Turkey, and I'm going to get a little cosmetic procedure done. You can watch what I did on one of my videos on my TikTok. So it was expensive. It started coming out.
Oh my goodness. Didn't I tell you she's everything? She is everything. All the cliche stuff today. Modern, for real. She is everything bad that comes with this new modern landscape. Hold on. She said we can look on her thing and see what she did. Because I want to see. I feel like I know what it is. But I just need to. She don't have it on here. Why she tell us we could look on here and see? Oh, I think this is it. Oh my goodness, man, with the music. All right, let's see. I think she got her the twins done. I think allegedly that's what she did. I think she got the twins done. Chesticles. But yeah, getting cosmetic surgery, all this. And see, that could also give some indication on why she might have split up with him as well. Because people will get these surgeries and then now they start feeling themselves and now they feel like they can do better. And especially they might be getting attention when they go out, because understand, especially fellas, if your girl goes and get a cosmetic surgery while she's already with you, then that should flare up a red flag in your mind. Because what you unless it was something that you put in her that you wanted her to do, and I'm talking about these crazy ones. I'm not saying just like a deep insecurity. I'm talking about I need a I need my butt cheeks to be 40 inches each, like rims. If you got a chick that needs that type of stuff, just understand the exit is on the horizon because especially if you ain't asked for that. Because if it's something where it's like it's gonna draw a lot of attention everywhere you go, then you should already be knowing that she might be going ahead and planning her exit plan. But again, and especially if she's adamant, like you might even be telling her, no, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to go under the knife and risk your life and have complications. Man, it's people who pass on from some of these procedures. And if she's still adamant about doing it, then that lets you know it really ain't for you. It's for the next person. It's for me. It's for everybody else.
So I'm gonna do something nice for myself. I'm gonna fly to Turkey and I'm gonna get a little cosmetic procedure done. You can watch what I did on one of my videos on my TikTok. So it was expensive. It started coming out to be a little pricey. So I said, I'm gonna ask my man if he can buy my plane ticket. I call him and I'm like, hey, can you I never asked you for nothing. Can you buy my plane ticket? He's like, no, how much is it? So I tell him I haven't found the exact flight I want to hop on yet, but so far, according to my research, the cheapest one I found is like $700. I didn't tell him that's the one I wanted, but I was just giving him like an estimate on what it might be. Me and him don't really finish the conversation. He doesn't tell me yes, but he doesn't tell me no. So fast forward a couple days, me and him go to Miami together because I had to go there to get my passport expedited because my surgery was coming up right around the corner and my last passport got stolen, robbed in the robbery that happened in our home. Another story for another time. Crazy bullshit that I was a suspect. y'all. We go to Miami. He dropped me off at the passport place. But in order,
a robbery happened in your home. See, and here's another thing we got to address. Let's get serious for a second too. Let's get serious because this is serious. Is that not negligence when you're a mother already? Because she said he already had his kids, she already had her kids. And his kids aren't there all the time, most likely. But when a woman gets with a man, typically her kids are going to be actually logistically at the location. Is it not negligence? And also showing that you prioritize all the worst things before even your own kids. When you decide to get with a DD, a rug dealer, and you have kids and y'all living together now, you don't see how that could possibly go wrong. This guy is in the streets, and now you decide to cohabitate at his home base. If he's a rug dealer, where are even the rugs? Does he keep them at the home? Most likely, and that's typically where they do. They want to keep it very close. And you decide to move in with this person. And you're not even thinking of the long-term possibilities as far as the danger that could be associated with you getting with this person, which ultimately shows that you're not thinking about your kids. And this needs to start being flagged because we keep acting like it's cute, and it's not. It's actually dangerous. But this is what y'all do. And then you'll just be acting all airheaded and giddy like it's funny. And it's not. This is serious. And it needs to be taken serious. And there needs to be serious consequences when you decide these things.
Another story for another time. Crazy bullshit that I was a suspect. Y'all.
Now she a suspect.
We go to Miami. He drops me off at the passport place. But in order for you to get your passport expedited, you have to show them proof of your itinerary that you're traveling within 14 days. And that's why you need your passport expedited. So while I'm there, I call him and I'm like, hey, are you going to buy the plane ticket for me or not? Because I need to show them proof right now of my itinerary. He's like, yeah. He sends me a picture of his credit card, and I buy the plane ticket. Everything's good. I get my passport, and then I Uber back to the hotel where he's at. When I get there, he asks me, how much did the plane ticket come out to? And I tell him, it came out to like $1,300. This man started
Didn't you tell him
bugging out,
700?
flipping out. You would have thought that I just spent 10 bands on his card the way he started acting. What the fuck? That's so much. I ain't paying for that shit. You told me it was going to be 700, and I was only going to give you half of that. This man was going to give me $350 for my plane ticket. My man that I've been with for 6 years, the man that I take care of like a child, that I cook for, I clean for. I'm basically unpaid prostitute. I don't want to say something that can get me banned. I do everything for this man, quite literally
Her mind
everything
is
for
just
him.
so
And he was
effed
going to
up.
give me $350. And remember, like I said, he didn't do anything for me. And this is the first time I've ever asked him for anything. And that's what he was going to do. Give me half of it. I was so upset that he was even acting this way. Remember, before you guys like, oh, you sound like an ungrateful little.
You said you didn't need the money anyway. You was really testing him because you're talking about some, oh, well, it's been all this time. I ain't got nothing out of him. I need him to put something in here, put some skin in the game. It's been 6 years. And now you deciding to test him and see if he'll give you some money for your plane ticket.
Bitch, this is a D dealer, a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ma'am,
his shoes that he has on at the moment
we know
cost more
who
than
he is.
$1,300. So this
She
was
gonna
nothing to
say
him.
it.
That's just the type of person he was. He just doesn't like to do nice things for others. It wasn't just me. He was like that with everybody. His mother, his son, like everybody. So I was just so upset because this is the first time I'm asking my man of 6 years for something, and that's like the reaction, I guess. So you know what I did? I Apple paid him every dollar right back. So it was like a big old fight. It was a big old fight in Miami. We're not gonna get into the details, but at that moment I had realized, like, no, I'm done with this guy. I'm really, really done with this man. Like, this is not the type of person I want to be with. That was just a cherry on top. There's many other reasons why I decided to break up with him, but this little incident right here was our very last argument that really did it for me, and I said, that's it, I'm done. I do not want to be with this man. So I fly to Turkey. I do what I gotta do. When I come back from Turkey, I don't even go home.
Ain't that ironic? Ain't that ironic? Y'all, pay attention to the timing. Pay attention to the timing. Pay attention to the timing. Didn't I just tell you what they will do? Once they're about to get these surgeries and these procedures, all of a sudden they'll start planning their exit plan. She ain't asked to do for nothing for 6 years. All of a sudden, when she's about to go get a surgery, she might have got a BBL. Because like I said, I really couldn't confirm what she got. All of a sudden, you're about to go get this surgery that's going to make you appealing for other men. And now all of a sudden, you want to test him and basically put him in an ultimatum situation to where it's really a win-win for you. Either you're going to get the money and he's happy, and then now you know you can start doing him any type of way and having these expectations of money moving forward, especially after you get the procedure, and now you don't even care if you're able to be set free again. Or now this gets to be your excuse to be able to leave this man. Look how quick she sent the money back. Because it wasn't about the money. She was looking for an exit plan either way. Because she's about to get this surgery. This can also happen a lot of times. I've seen it happen where, because there's so many ways now to lose weight easily and not actually have. I see it all the time. I see people and I'm like, wow, you can just pull it all out and just and they just tighten up. You can just suck all the fat out of people now. It's so crazy. I think, ain't there a pill now you could take? But the point I'm making, it'll happen like that too. Your chick might be losing weight, might lose weight. And now she decides she want to get back in these streets. That's what this was, in my opinion. She was already ready to go. Honestly, we're running short on time. So we're not going to be able to finish this. But I think that's a good ending point. Because I think this was about, anyway, I mean, it's about an eviction, but it went everywhere else. So now we'll just make it about why it ended. And I feel like that's the reason why it ended. That's what I believe. But we'll leave it there. Again, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you can hype the video as well. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, so that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days, and hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So for that reason, it's usually best practice to hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And also, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, join buttons on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments, where it will show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, join buttons on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.